zur Bühne. Hier kommt Destroyer Franz Roetzsch. Sein Gegner kommt aus Hastings, England. Er ist ein früherer World Matchplay Champion und der amtierende European Darts Champion. Hier kommt der Weltmeister von 2018, Roetzsch, Rob.
This to bring an end to a very decent afternoon session of European Tour darts. The European champion Rob Cross against a man in his debut tournament on the Euro Tour, Franz Roetzsch, who knocked out Brendan Dolan yesterday, averaging 93.5 in a 6-4 win over Dolan. We've seen some decent stuff from the likes of Dave Chisnell, much of the match for James Wade in the last one after a sloppy start from the machine. Joe Cullen as well, very, very good in a 6-1 win over Robert Marjanovic, but nothing has really gone that close in this afternoon session. The closest we've seen is the match between Hughes and West in the first one. That was 6-4. Does this have the potential to buck that trend, Paul?
It could, and you would hope that Rob is aware of the threat of Franz Roetzsch, because there will have been whisperings yesterday after Dolan was dispatched by Destroyer. But you get the feeling if Rob is sharp here, he may have too much for Franz. But I'm going to pipe for an upset here, I think.
Oh, big call.
I think it depends on what Rob delivers in the opening battles. If he can get a lead, it won't faze Franz, because, let's face it, yesterday he was 2-0 down.
First. Game on!
And after that, he was the better player. So, all the pressure is on Cross here. I'll be intrigued to see what is happening now. There's one thing that we need to talk about immediately.
136.
Old setup from Rob Cross. He's got rid of those stems with the metallic base.
140.
He's gone back to the fully plastic stems.
Well, I was going to start this conversation by asking you where you think his game is at the moment. But does that give you an indication to where he thinks his game's been at?
I think he's been trying something to get the darts to land a bit straighter in the board, but I don't think it's been working very well.
55.
I'm not even sure Rob knows where his game is. It's all a bit mystifying. But then again, his entire career has been mystifying.
Yeah, it's very hard to repeat the success when you have it straight away, isn't it? To keep doing it over and over again.
Who does it? I mean, you can talk about people coming into a sport and having that huge impact to start with.
125.
It's not sustainable. You are going to have peaks and troughs. 108 left.
He's certainly had that this year as well. He's had
93.
The odd decent run on the floor, hit a 9-darter in the Summer Series, of course reached the final at the World Series of Darts.
134.
He's in familiar territory here.
32.
Loves double 16. And he just needs another one of them. And perfectly done.
Across, second leg, Franz to throw first. Game on.
You're going to miss double 16 and get a double. You'd much rather get double 8 than double 7.
Looks pretty happy with himself after that start.
Can I change my prediction?
Nope, it's locked in.
Thanks for your help.
And I'm going for Rob Cross.
That's not fair. You've got more information than me.
58.
You were late to the party.
I was clever.
All right, I'll give you that. Don't forget, Roetzsch was behind early
34.
to Brendan Dolan, and then after that was very, very handy. You can see Rob Cross's dart landing in the board there with that little kinked angle
58.
to the right. That's what he's trying to correct right now.
Well, he doesn't appear phased here, does he, Roetzsch?
Well, what pressure's on him in this game? I know he wants to make the European Championship, and if he's going to do that, he's going to have to win another couple of rounds. But let's face it, the pressure is firmly on the shoulders of Rob Cross.
Yes, fearless Franz looking to level up.
96. France, you require 92.
Doesn't have to go bull route. Well, why would you when you can get a nice juicy 60 like that and a 32 on the end of it for an 11 darter?
France Roetzsch.
He has got a level, this
Third leg
kid.
rock to throw first. Game on.
Look at the level now, early doors, but if I had let you change your prediction, would you be
95.
changing back?
I don't know anymore. I'm very confused.
125.
I stick to the matter at hand, Paul. And that's why they play the games.
It's an interesting switch back to a more recent piece of kit. It's not the
83.
original Rob Cross dart, which doesn't have the teal hoops in the dart. It was just pure tungsten.
85.
This is a model of dart that he used earlier in the year with the polystem, and that flight has not changed. But it's the weight distribution around the middle of the setup. That's what he's been toying with.
100.
The original darts used to leave him liable to every now and then just throw one anywhere.
Yeah, because one of them was about 2 or 3 grams heavier.
135.
The double, perhaps triple check on that one.
Well, with the way that Franz gets the darts to lie on the board, it's very easy to
91.
not be able to see the other barrel
France, you
because
require
it gets them to land very flat.
156.
It's a nice lie for a ton.
100.
Perfectly done.
Rob, you require
And now Cross has to go centre.
132.
Looking for the ball. Or the 25. Doesn't find either. Could find himself
92.
behind.
France, you require
This has been
56.
a nice little burst from Franz. Tops. Oh, double 15. Oh,
Inside
what
the
a
third
fix.
leg. France Roetzsch.
That's class, isn't it, Paul? Not
Full
to be
leg, France
phased,
to
not to be
first.
flustered.
Game on.
When that dart drifted wide, it wasn't far away, it was an accident, and he just looked down the other double and delivered it straight in.
In darts,
127.
very little is by accident. You may say that Jose de Sousa winning the title last week on double 18 was a bit of an accident. I'm not convinced. I actually think you
57.
went for double 14, double 18. But right there, you're right. If you leave yourself on double 15 inadvertently, just have a crack at it.
45.
Well, it's one of the skills of the game, isn't it, to just get rid of any mistakes mentally. You see some players sort of thinking about it for a couple of legs after they
134.
made a mistake, but there he had to get rid of it because he still had a chance. Didn't dwell on the miss and just hit, and he really is fearless.
100.
Oh, but they nickname him like Destroyer. It's a big act to live up to, or as they say in German, Zerstörer. I was tweeted by somebody
140.
yesterday because I said I didn't know what Destroyer was in German, and they passed that on to me. So thank you very much. But you can see that grip of Franz Roetzsch. It's well
96.
inside the fingers.
Well, we require
It's almost in the
170.
palm. I'll have a look at that in the next leg. Rob is now looking for another one of them for the bull. Fishing rod out. Reel it in.
145.
I was talking about this shot earlier. Treble 19 and 2 double 19s. It's never used.
Won't be used here. Rob Cross will be coming back.
Rob, you require 25.
To try and level up, and having seen the way his opponent's been playing, will think he needs to hit this, and that was pretty close to the treble.
Double 4.
17.
Chance for Roetzsch to get
French,
to 3-1 up.
76.
And he's going to fancy this. That was a huge chance. That could be costly.
Yeah, big moment. And as you say, it could turn out to be a big miss when all's said and done. Cross just recalibrating. And he does level up. Double 2 makes it 2-2.
To throw first. Game on.
And it is the break back that he needed.
Do you think there are too many players out there right now who keep showing negativity when they win a leg? Because there was a shake of the head from Rob there when he hit that double 2. I would have been delighted to get back to 2-2, because that was a very slippery situation he was finding himself in there, Rob Cross.
I think it can work both ways, can't it? As Roetzsch makes a very positive start to leg 5. If it's affecting you and the self-talk is negative, and can kind of start to become a self-fulfilling prophecy, but also sometimes it can be a way of rubbing your opponents facing it, because you're saying, well, I'm rubbish and I still won that leg.
It's a very negative way of looking at it, isn't it? Just have a little glance at that grip next
68.
time he's at the board. It's fascinating. It's almost as fascinating as the grip of Sudovic. You don't see much of the barrel because it's inset inside the fingers. And he's got that
93.
somewhat heavy metal sign of the index finger and little finger both going up. Comes out of the hand very lightly, and it hovers through the air. It doesn't propel very fast. It goes through the air quite slowly. It's a very individual action, and I like it.
It's almost as if he needs to get his fingers out of the way.
134.
In some players,
Fancy require 155.
Completely cover the point. Well, this would make a point. Yeah, Ronnie Baxter was springing to mind there.
84.
That's true.
Rob, you require 76.
Cross to the lead now. Should have been 3-1 down. Now has to go 11 bull. Gets the treble for double 14. Well, surely he knows what he's left.
Maybe he was checking it was in.
Good call. Good dart.
Game shot in the 5th leg.
Rob Cross has managed to turn this around.
6th leg, Friends to throw first. Game on.
Franz Roetzsch could easily have been 3-1 ahead. Potentially could have been 4-1 ahead.
140.
If you think about talents that we have found on the European Tour, obviously we go to Max Hopp for German talents, and we found him back in 2012.
81.
He's done some of his best work on the Euro Tour. We've seen other Germans come through, the likes of Clemens and Schindler. But if you look at the next tier of talent, the likes of Kevin Munch and Marjanovic and some others, some of them haven't blossomed to that next level. Now,
81.
as far as Roetzsch is concerned, I'm putting him in the same bracket as, say, Kevin Munch and Marjanovic right now. Maybe not on experience, but on talent. I'll be fascinated to see where he is at
61.
in 2 years.
Yeah, showing signs that he's capable of doing damage on his day, but how many days will he have?
Correct. Well put. Well, couldn't leave a finish. Even that bogey number. Not going to fault him for that. But another bogey number is 165, which is drastically changed right there. Terrific approach. We haven't had a
77.
6-5 all day
French
long.
require 40.
This one
Game
is very
shot,
tight.
6 leg.
After 6.
France Roetzsch.
Why, Paul? Why do you think we haven't had a
7th leg,
6-5
Rob
in
to
this
throw
session?
first.
Because
Game
George
on.
Noble isn't here. Bit of a difference in the averages there, but no difference in the leg count. 105.8 for Roetzsch.
140.
And the first 9 of 111. Tell you what.
I'll tell you what, Paul. If yesterday was the first time you've seen him play, I have to tip my hat to you for calling
57.
the potential talent of this guy.
Got to be good at summit, right? Talent spotting on the hockey.
86.
Doesn't happen by accident. You think to when he was maybe 17 years of age. About 8 years ago, that was when Max Hopp came around.
97.
There's every likelihood that he was inspired by Max. He's actually around the same age as Max. I think sometimes
93.
we underestimate the impact of what Max has done in the last 8 years.
And indeed, just the impact of the European Tour, where
100.
Germany has been the big beneficiary. The crowds, when they're allowed to have come, we started to see more and more talent from this part of Europe.
That is correct.
54.
Well, this is a fascinating leg. It's all hinged really on this throw of Roetzsch. And he's
60.
given Rob Cross
Rob, you
the 6
require
he wanted at
128.
128. Didn't really need to go this route, but has done it anyway. And has tends to click it.
108.
Great try.
Pressure is piled on.
37. Rob, you
Rob
require
Cross
20.
will want to dispatch of this double 10 very quickly indeed here. Didn't want to see that.
Oh, he didn't want to see that either.
No score.
Is that because of the
France
pressure
require
that was
50.
applied by Franz? He's already missed 2 very important doubles in this match to get a 3-1 lead. This is 2 more darts for a 4-3 lead. Got to go left. Tremendous dart from Franz Roetzsch.
France Roetzsch.
Swings back in his favour. Franz in front.
Game on.
An excellent adjustment. Can he hold on to the lead this time?
We had a conversation about him yesterday, didn't we? And with a name like Franz, it's a crime that he doesn't walk out to a Franz Ferdinand song.
140.
They've got loads of darts walk-on material.
It will take me out would be the obvious darts themed song.
That's perfect, isn't it? I'm trying to take everything out, including the 2018 World Champion.
Making a very good job of it so far.
It's not just the talent he has. I like the mentality and the composure as well. Seems to be very good.
121.
He did reach the quarter-finals at one of the Q School events, one of the 4 Q School events at the start of the year, but didn't manage to back it up with anything.
133.
Well, on 306, he's done exactly the right thing, going 19s first. He gets the 257s, but then he makes a mistake on dart 3. Dart 3 should have been at the bullseye.
55.
But beggars can't be choosers, because right now he's got 6 darts to get this leg in the bank. And it would be for a 5-3 lead.
57.
Doesn't get a treble. Cross needs to find something big here. That's the 85. There's the other 60 he required. Fabulous.
France require 116.
Well, that was big, but this will be bigger.
Tops.
Game
Oh,
shot
Franz
in the
Roetzsch!
leg.
What are you doing to Rob Cross here?
Ninth leg.
That is a
Roetzsch
great
first. Game on.
leg of darts. He spent most of it on 19s. Has he been practicing with Rasma? Rasma does play tonight.
57.
He's playing MVG. There could be a treble 19 off in that game. They both love that segment of the board, but right now, Franz is favourite.
One round
Now we're
of
going to see
voting.
a fairy tale weekend here for Franz Roetzsch. An unknown, really, coming into this tournament, but about to knock out
83.
the reigning European champion and put himself in the mix for a place at the European Championship.
Yeah, there are going to be some players looking over their shoulder.
100.
And if he takes Cross out here, everybody is going to know who he is.
100.
Rob Cross knows a lot about being the underdog. Well, this guy could be the German Rob Cross.
Again, just getting over that first dart.
40.
So accomplished at that particular shot.
One round of 40. France require 121.
It is for the match. It's not the first time in Rob's career he's seen a German go for 1-2-1 for the match. This one doesn't go though.
90.
But it does leave double 12, and this 1-2-1 for Rob now is a must.
Will he get a dart? Same outcome.
85.
Now he has to hope that Roetzsch
French
does not
require
hit.
24.
Big moment. Is he up to it?
Dream stuff. Dream result. What a performance from Franz Roetzsch. What have we just witnessed? He's in Sunday. Gabriel Clemens, in all of his career, has never made a Sunday. Franz Roetzsch does it in his second European Tour event in his career. Phenomenal. And look at that. 103 average. We may have just unearthed something right here. What will we unearth a little bit later on as well? It's going to be Roetzsch against Ratajski or Kleermacher in the next round. But we will start with that game tonight. Ratajski-Kleermacher from 7 o'clock local time. We'll see you tonight after a short word with that man on stage right there.
Und gratulieren Franz Roetzsch zum Einzug in die dritte Runde. Und das nicht nur irgendwie, sondern mit einem 103er Average gegen den Weltmeister von 2018. Franz, wo kam das her?
Eine sehr gute Frage, ja. Nee. Konzentration.
Ich konzentriere mich auch nur beim Dart, aber das ist kein 103er Average. Ja.
Viel trainieren. Sonst, ja, nee. Ich weiß es nicht.
War das so
ich bin überwältigt, ja.
War das so eine Situation jetzt nach dem Sieg gestern, dass du auch ja, frei aufspielen konntest, quasi gegen den ehemaligen Weltmeister und dir gedacht hast, okay, einfach irgendwie... Überhaupt nicht. War immer noch nervös, oder?
Sehr.
Da fragt man sich, was passiert, wenn du mal nicht nervös bist.
Es wird eher schlimmer als besser, ja. Also nee, es war...
Franz, wir können dir nur zu einer absolut großartigen Leistung gratulieren und wünschen dir viel Glück morgen in der dritten Runde. Ladies and Gentlemen, the Destroyer, Franz Roetzsch.